Okay, first off, I want you to know I am here to help. I'm here to help. No frills, no fancy anything, just advice for people who are starting out weight training, or maybe you've been weight training for a while, but you still are struggling to see a lot of improvements, okay? And I'm gonna address a lot of things. This video, I'm gonna talk about one of the most common questions I get and what I see in my facility. How much weight should I lift? Because I think folks get a preconceived idea of what they can do based on experience, and then they have no clue that whether or not that number is high, low, they don't know. So I'm going to show you how you can determine this, okay? So I'm going to do first, I'm going to say, let's say we're going to do an overhead press, okay? Let's say we're going to do an overhead press. I'm going to come down here on 2 knees just so you can see me easily. All right, so now, when I'm doing this press, dumbbells at my shoulders, and I'm only going 5 reps. Big breath, boom. Big breath, 3, good, 4, big breath, 5. Okay, so now how did that look? Easy, right? That is the telltale sign of whether or not the weight is enough. Even if in your head you're like, oh, this is kind of heavy. If they're moving that easily, and I could have just kept going. I could have done another 15 or 20, 25, 30, probably 40. I don't even know, a ton. If you can continue going, then you know the weight is not quite heavy enough, okay? So let me give you another example. Let's say you're deadlifting, okay? So let's say you're doing deadlifts. Step up, good hinge. Now, I'm only going 5 reps here. Boom. You get the picture. So I did 5 reps, right? I did my 5. And when I got to that last one, you saw how slow it was moving, right? It's moving slower. That is a telltale sign that it is heavy, that you're actually getting to the point. And that's what I don't see enough. I don't see a lot of folks actually get to that point. Now, when you're trying to determine how heavy you should be going, form is so crucial. So let's say this again. Let's say I'm knocking this out. This is my heavy set, and I'm doing it, but now I'm going to do it poorly. So let's say I get to here. So now do you see this rounding in my lower back? That's too heavy. That is too heavy. If you cannot maintain good form while doing the lift, then you're not there yet. You need to drop back to the level you were, continue working at that, okay? And if you continue to struggle, I would seek out a professional to see what is going on, to see if sometimes all it takes from a coach is that to fix form. You can send a video to somebody, you can send me a video, I'll help you. Okay, now again, let's go back to the pressing. Let's say here again. Same thing. No, there's no need for those kinds of reps. But it should get to a point by, say, number 8. Let's say you're doing 8 reps. On number 8, you're like, and you might have been able to do another 1 or 2. That's fine. I'm all about leaving a couple in the tank. I don't go to total, absolute, complete failure. But you shouldn't have 5 or 10. We want to get to a point where we're loading the musculature appropriately. We're using enough weight to force adaptations, and don't worry about what the number is on the kettlebell or the dumbbell. If you can do it, then it's not too heavy. I see people, I train a lot of women, let's say dumbbell press, chest press, 35 pounds. Like, there's no way I can do 35 pounds. I have so many women in here who crank out 35-pound dumbbell presses, and there's still some that don't think they can get to that point. And it's no more than a limit. It's a limiting belief. If you progress, it won't happen overnight, but if you progress at a nice pace, there's no reason you can't get to that point. Like none, regardless of anything. If you wanted to, there's age, gender, doesn't matter. So I want you to think about that. So again, going back one last time, when you're doing your lifting, you got to figure out those ranges. You must figure out those ranges, especially if you want results from weight training. You must challenge your body. You must challenge your body, and you have to ask yourself, at the end of your set, how many more could I have done? And if you don't know, sometimes test yourself. Let's say you're going for 8 reps. When you get to 8, just don't stop. Just keep going. Go as long as you can go. And if you're able to do another 5 or 6, then you know you're not using heavy enough loads. Okay? Again, remember, my goal is to help you. No frills, simple advice. So get to work. Ask questions if you need to.